Y para todas las fans que me han estado preguntando, aquí está por fin la segunda y última parte de la entrevista con Akin, en donde hablamos sobre su personaje en la serie Trampa o To Suck, y también sobre otras cuestiones personales de lecciones de vida. Espero que la disfruten. Esto es Mija Talks, el podcast, y yo soy Mónica Mendoza, tu host. Bienvenidos. Did you cheat sometime in life in your past?
In the past, I did also like such mistakes, not only in relationships, but sometimes, like cheating is not only limited in relationships, but maybe in business, in all other fields. And of course, in childhood, for sure, I had some memories, but I believe I took lessons.
Yes, you
I
have to
took
pay
lessons.
for those things. Yes, you
Definitely.
have to.
You pay for those mistakes, and you take lessons, and you never want to repeat those mistakes, at least in my case.
Yes,
So
yes,
because living an honest life is, I think, the best thing you can ever do for yourself and for everyone around you.
yes. Be
Not
able
afraid
to
for
to
others.
to have peace of mind, to sleep well at night.
And this is
That's
isn't it the biggest price? It's like when you really go to bed, if you're if you can sleep well with a peace of mind, that's the biggest gift, biggest prize of the day.
yeah, that's priceless. I can.
Otherwise, it eats your so
Yeah, it's no, it doesn't worth it
I agree.
for real. That doesn't worth it. I was talking with an actor recently about some scenes, and I want to ask you about it. How about a character that includes nudes or sex scene? Would you be able to think about it, to do it?
Yes, it's I think it's really crucial. I know there are professionals for such scenes. In at, I watched a kind of interview about such stuff. There are professionals for the nude scenes because it's so tense for the actors, for the crew, for everyone.
Mhm.
In our case, because of some restrictions of the TV, it's limited. I'm not in kind of digital platforms. They go a little bit further for such scenes. Maybe in those cases, people really need professionals to cope with such scenes. But I can understand. In our TV restrictions, we still have some kind of intimacy scenes, at least take off the shirt and let's say real intimacy in the bed, all that stuff. It depends how much you have confidence in the field and how much you trust your partner. And if you count on your partner and if she counts on you, if you were able to build such relationship,
Mhm.
then you can have fun with it. You can enjoy those scenes. Also with the crew. In those scenes are we had two of them or one of them. One we had really one serious such scene in the last series, Trap. And our director preferred work with a small crew. Not everyone inside the room, but a small crew. So give more feel for the intimacy. And it did work. And we had fun. We didn't of course we were tense in the beginning of the scene, but after the scene, we had such a beautiful memory. And two professional, we kind of took care of the scene.
Yeah, because I've been seeing some news about the scandal because it's a long kiss or things like that. But here in America, it's so normal. So for us, it's very different. That's why I want to ask you. Okay.
Yes, we might have more restrictions,
Yes.
especially on TV
Yes.
for such stuff. But we still have those intimacy scenes,
Mhm.
and that's how we take care of it.
Yeah, especially because I was talking with Beatriz from Intermedia, and she was
Mm.
telling me we have now a new agreement for co-production. So we need to start, adding things that America want to see.
Hmm.
So that's gonna change somehow the series in Turkey, I think.
Oh, we'll see. I didn't know about it,
Yes,
but
they
for sure,
have.
like it's gonna change some some stuff.
Yes, yes, it's super interesting. When things like that happen, we start thinking about other priorities in our life because make us realize that life is too short. How these earthquakes change you or hit you inside that made you change something?
Yeah, but yeah, like I mean, you mean the kind of like philosophically, like
Yes, when you
it
start
gives
feeling
you a lot of
okay.
life lessons.
Yes,
Yeah, y- definitely, you're so right. It's a beautiful question. That's also what happens with the when you have some kind of trouble with health issues. I guess like it's I'm gonna give you like a little interesting information. There are two main fear like humanity has. One is death, and the other one is so interestingly public speaking. Two like biggest like fears of like humanity. And in these situations, when you're facing with the health problems, when you're facing with such natural disasters like earthquake, when you lose like many people just next to you, you face with the death, you face with your biggest fear. And of course, like it changes the whole way you look at life. I mean, let's say like, you had a fight with your friend, you give a hug next day because like, there is this fact called death. But what you can do is to give the value for the all the moments that you have. And your priorities change. You're like on your like, house, about your like business, you're about like, your job and all that stuff. But like you put the relationships to the secondary, then you realize that there is wrong in this order. So if you take advantage of it, such situations, they really like have a big lessons within them. It teaches you what is more important in your life, what you should give priority, family, relationships, your loved ones, beloved ones, the ones who love you. And I think like it makes you better human if you take like the lessons
yes.
contained in like such situations.
Yes, I think that you give importance to what is important for real, the simple things like moments with people you love, like maybe sunrise, sunshine, something like that. Simple things that make
Simple
you
things. And
remember that you're alive.
exactly, the calls you didn't answer because like you were busy with something else. And on the other hand, I should mention that, but the way you do things, because that's the first thing I told you. It is like, I mean, natural thing, earthquakes, nature does that. But what turns into a disaster is all about like the way you do things. So also like it's about the work ethics. So now I pay more attention how I do things in life and small things. How I like, work in my environment, in when I'm shooting, how I build relationships with my crew, with my director. And if I pay enough attention, so my work is not gonna turn into disaster.
Yes.
Whatever happens, like no, it's about like building a strong foundation. And it's hidden in the small details.
When was the last time that you did something for the first time?
Oh, what was the last time I did something for the first time? It's a long time. It's really a long time. And I guess that's something I should work on. That I mean, the every project, every character, every story in such sense, like that's the something I do for a first time, like working with a new crew, like that's the nature of our work. But in such sense, there is a lot of my bucket list is full of also like with my partner, the many places we would like to visit, we would like to see, we would like to travel. And it's really kind of like the visits, travels with the little bit challenges. One of them is like seeing the Northern Lights. Have you ever? Yeah. That's something else.
Iceland, yes.
And maybe that earthquake really hit me in a way. Don't postpone such your, like, I mean, such dreams. Don't postpone your dreams because you're not going to have any time to make them happen if you keep postponing it. So I should, for in the next interview, I should tell you at least many, things that I've done for the first time.
Yeah, we can go to see the Northern Light together. Gracias por escucharnos, gracias por el apoyo incondicional que han tenido siempre desde que empezó el podcast y gracias a Kim por cada entrevista, como él dice, que es un ritual. Gracias por hacer de Mija Talks el éxito de la empatía y conectar esas cosas que nos unen, que nos acercan. Síguenos en las plataformas como Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio y hasta en YouTube. También en nuestra página mijatalks.com. Yo soy Mónica Mendoza. Hasta la próxima.